Well, in my case, fatherhood has been twofold. Obviously, because I have my biological children and I have children that I've actually adopted and blended into my family. So when you say fatherhood, it's been stretched. It's been something that, on one hand, I took on board, and on the other hand, children that I biologically gave birth to. But all in all, I think fatherhood has given me, it's actually made me appreciate the attitude of God more especially when he talks about things like grafting people into a family. It makes you understand how you can shed love from your heart to people that obviously are from your loins, as well as people that you draw in. So I engage my children in different ways. We have chats. We have this, Dad, let's have a chat. So we have these conversations, and then we talk about things, and then we have, let's go driving, and when we're driving, let's look at things and talk. Or we wear the same clothes sometimes, and then we have fun, or we find out who can eat fastest. So we have games, we banter around, and doing that, what it does is it actually draws me much closer to my children. So, for example, in the last couple of weeks, my son said to me, that's my 12, he said, Dad, and he mentioned this girl's name, which I won't mention. He said, she keeps on asking me to be her boyfriend. What do you think? And it's like, I remember when I was a boy, I would never say that to my father because I get a slap. But because of the way I play with him, he comes and he says that to me. And even though my first reaction internally is, what? But on the outside, you play it cool. And you're like, yeah, what do you think? And then we have this conversation about what our goals and what his goals, and that, you know what, look, let's have a girlfriend, but let's not have her now. Let's tell her to wait. There's no rush because we have exams to do. We have games to play. We have things to do. We have more important things. And in those important things, I even prioritize things that he likes, like playing his game. As in, you don't want those distractions. Let's play these games. Let's do more of this. Let's do more of that. And he's like, yeah. Then we have a conversation. And in his mind, he starts to phase out that as in, yeah, it's true. It's not in my list of things to do. So yeah, that's how I really engage my children and my daughters as well. You see, for me, because I am a rapport person, so it's a bit natural to me. So it's like, I like the rapport anyway. I'm more of a people's person. That's why I do events. That's why I coach, because I like people. But I think the question really is, for those that are probably introverted, or those that are not used to parents engaging with children like that, I think what we have to do is we have to accept that we have to embrace change. You have to. That's something that it's almost like saying when we were young and used to put on television, it wouldn't start till 4 p.m. Now, you put on television at 1 a.m., it's on. The way we engage our children has to change. We can't say back in the day, this is what we used to do. It doesn't work anymore. I'm not saying it was wrong then, it was right then, but now there has to be change. So the key thing is embracing change. So if you want to engage your children, you have to have a rapport. If you don't have a rapport, I don't see how it's going to work. Number one, and this sounds very, very simple, but it is so powerful. It's more important than financial plan or anything else. The first thing you have to do is you have to plan for your family. If you do not have a plan for your children, you cannot direct them in a way they're meant to go. You're just going to react to daily activities. What happened today? Let's firefight. What's happening tomorrow? Let's firefight. The core and number one thing you have to do is you have to have a plan. You have to have a plan that speaks to their education, that speaks to their social status, that speaks to their communication. You have to have a plan. A plan can be modified, but the first thing is you need to set a plan ahead of your children, because they're like clay. You will mold them. If you want them to be a particular way, you will put them into a particular type of environment. Number two, you need to nurture. Nurture is where the rapport comes from. You need to show love. You need to banter. You need to, it's little things, those play things in the house, tripping them over, them tripping you over. Let them know that they have full access to you. The same thing that seems like an abuse is a child coming and waking you up and saying, da, 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 is the reason why they do that is not because they're rude or silly and they can't see you're sleeping. It's because they completely believe they have access to you. 3, you lead by example. So leading by example means that children learn better by what they see rather than what you say. So you have to make sure that you're supplying their needs. You have to make sure that you're nice to their mom. You have to make sure you're nice to their friends. You have to make sure you're supplying things. You have to make sure you, as a parent, are respectful to your parents, so they know that the way you treat their grandparents is the way that they should be treating you.